29 on page 161, where you're asked to find, you're given P and Q, and you're asked to find the perpendicular bisector. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the midpoint, because the perpendicular bisector divides the segment in half. So my midpoint, which I'm going to call, I don't want to use M because that's slope. So I'm going to call that point A, is to add the x coordinates and divide by 2, add the y coordinates and divide by 2. So my midpoint is going to be 3, 0. Now that I know my midpoint, in order to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector, I need to know its slope. And in order to find the slope, I have to find, first of all, the slope of segment PQ. So the slope of PQ will be the difference of the y coordinates over the difference of the x coordinates. So 2 minus negative 2, 0 minus 6. So that means the slope of the perpendicular, which I'm going to call slope of the perpendicular, is going to be 2/3. Now I use this point to find my equation. Y minus the y coordinate equals the slope times x minus the x coordinate. Now on a test you could stop there, but since you're plugging it in to the homework here, you're going to need to go ahead and multiply this out. 2/3 times x, 2/3 times 3, the 3's cancel out. So here's the equation of your perpendicular bisector. All right, this is question number 29 on your homework, where you're asked to find the perpendicular bisector of the segment that goes through the given points. So the 2 points they give you are 0, 2, and 6, negative 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the midpoint. And the midpoint is, and I'm going to call it point A just so I can keep track of it, it's going to be 0 plus 6, the average of the x's, and the average of the y's. So my midpoint is going to be the point 3, 0. Now that I need to know my midpoint, I have to find the slope for the perpendicular bisector. And in order to find the slope of the perpendicular bisector, I have to find the slope of PQ. So the difference of the y coordinates, the difference of the x coordinates. Now the slope of the perpendicular is the opposite reciprocal. Now I'm going to use the equation of my line, or find the equation of my line, using point A and slope 3/2. Now again, on your test, you could stop here, you'd be done. But because you're doing it online, you're going to have to simplify this. 3/2 times x is 3/2 x, and 3/2 times negative 3 is negative 9/2.